So it is our time. Another beautiful Saturday. So let's start with a quick prayer. Father that art in heaven, what a beautiful day to be together once more, between friends from both planes of existence. Be with us through our study, bringing us the intuition about what to speak, what to ask, clearing our minds and hearts to allow us to perceive your information through Cardex as well. Be with us today and always. So be it. So let me share the book. Okay. Can you see okay, or do I need to increase a bit?
That's good.
That's good? Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw you all. You had a very good session last time. Very interesting. And I will start to read again the 304, and we'll take from there. Since everything can be exploited, it is no wonder that there are persons who want to exploit the spirits. It remains to know how spirits would take it if such an attempt were made on them. We may state from the start that nothing lends itself better to charlatanism and trickery than such an occupation. Since there are many more fake mediums than somnambulists, this simple fact in itself is a basis for distrust. On the other hand, unprofitableness is the best response to those who only see phenomena as clever tricks. There is no such a thing as non-profit charlatanism. What reason would persons have for practicing deceit without profit, especially if they recognize trustworthiness places them above suspicion? I know you already had lots of conversations about that. I just would like to reiterate that mediumship and money, spiritism and money, spiritism and any shape or form of return on that line is a no-go. Many endeavor on that direction. They may don't see that as a mistake yet, but using the mediumship meetings as a thermometer, when they go to the other side, they will. So I strongly recommend not to. And there is also another thing that is gambling with pride when we want to be on the spotlight. I am the best medium. I am the best whatever. That is also a way to fall. So we need to be very careful. Something that we see very often is people trying to get into positions in organizations because they feel like they are the best ones to be. They see some kind of reward, or they feel like they were meant to coordinate, to guide, whatever. And we see so many things that are not even worth to mention. Normally, people that are really available to work, they do not bother if they are called this or that, if they are having to fulfill a position or not. The return from the work they do suffice largely. So if mediums use their faculty for monetary gain, raises suspicions about mediums in general. It does not prove that such suspicions have any foundation. It's the same. Like if we are working together in a group, if let's say we all play in a football club, we are part of that team, and one of the guys start to do something that goes against the right thing to do. The whole team will fall under discredulity sometimes. So can we avoid that? No, we cannot. The only thing we can do is to stick to what we know was the right thing to do, continue giving examples, good examples, and then if you do have one of the fruits that are not that good, eventually they'll go away. It may take a long time, but nothing is forever. They may truly have the faculty and still act in good faith, although expecting to get paid. In that case, let us see if it is possible to expect a satisfactory result. My personal point of view in regards to what is there is that sometimes you may even have good things coming from that, but the whole process will not be positive. Sometimes people do something to show themselves as creditable, just to get the trust of the person. And when they achieve to get the trust of the person or the group, then you start to do something that's not that positive. Again, doesn't matter what you think or not. If you getting money involved with spiritism or mediumship, won't be positive. Hi, Munir.
Hi, Guilherme. Hello, everyone. Now, I just want to add, Guilherme, that, Kardec is trying to show us both sides when you're paid and when you are not. And that the fact that you are paid for, your mediumship defeats the purpose, which is, to bring something to people. Can you imagine if you went to a medium in hope of consolation, you received a letter from a deceased person, and and you knew you were paying for that, and no matter what, because you were paying, you would get something. Would you trust that? Or would you trust someone who is there in the early hours of the morning, still working, until the last person receives the message of consolation, and then you get your message, and you look at the message and say, it is certainly true, because I'm not paying for that. The person is giving up his or her time until these early hours, and why would this person fake this message? You see, he's trying to show us, not saying, no, you are condemned because you are charging for a mediumship or whatever, but we are defeating the purpose of mediumship, as the spirits point out. What is the purpose of mediumship? And, if we pay, where are we replacing ourselves and the work that we are doing?
Munir, there is also something that not only in spiritism, mediumship, what makes us fall most of the time is money and power. And I've spoken a few minutes ago, well, people trying to be coordinators or trying to be, or I don't know, people call presidents sometimes or something of A, B, C, or D group. This is because they felt like, oh, I'm having some kind of power, and power and money don't work well with spiritual progression. Very little people around the world can do both with positive things. Very little people. And that's why when I was in a part of a spirit center, a physical spirit center, I always advocate that a spirit center should not have money in the bank account. You could have just enough to pay your water and electricity bills, and that's fair enough. No more than that. I was
Keep
very
going.
keen.
Yeah, yeah.
The money coming to the institution through the components of the institution or through donation needs to go away. Go away with charity, buying food, buying medicine, buying whatever to help people. And then that's fine. But as soon as you start to have money, you're taking a risk, a necessary risk, because maybe not your fault, but could be your friend's fault because he was not strong enough to hold up to that amount of money, or he was not wise enough to spend that money as it's supposed to, right? And when we see institutions where you have marble and you name it to make it looking nice, my God, how many people we could have fed with that money, you know? And there's a short charity. So today, nowadays, we see people charging to do lectures, you know, people not charging as such, but yes, you need to pay my accommodation, you need to pay my flight, you need to pay my transportation, you need to pay my food. It's also a way to get paid. Good for them if they want to go like that. And then eventually we'll find out who was right, who was wrong on the return home. But this is not for me. Oh dear. Sorry, I'm speaking here. I didn't realize we have two hands. So I'll get the one that's on the top. Hi, Christine.
Hi, everybody. Just to emphasize what has been said so far, I have a situation where I've got a brother-in-law who's going through palliative care, and he's very um, uncertain about things and what he's going to face. And I've spent a lot of time with him, and because of things I've seen and because of things I've smelt, to know that who's around, I've been able to sit with him and help him be more at peace about what's happening to him. The problem I've got is I have my one of my sisters who takes the word of a clairvoyant who has said certain things. And one thing she said was he will go by the end of November. Well, today here is the end of November. So she'll be wrong with that unless he passes in the next couple of hours, and I doubt that. But there's this situation in our family where, um, uh, and thank God my brother-in-law has listened to me. My sister with going to this person who says this is what will happen, this is what you'll see, hasn't transpired. So it just emphasizes what you're saying here already.
Mhm. I'll take what you said and I will highlight two things. Mediums are responsible, like or not, for the product of what they do. I call product an information, a message, psychography or something. They are responsible as well. We are just the channel, the pipe. Nevertheless, we are also responsible for the outcome. As such, if I receive a message of anyone saying the person will die in November, this message will die with me, because this will not help in any shape or form the person, and that will not help the family. What I could say, yes, enjoy life the best you can. We never know who or when the person may not be here anymore, so enjoy life. That's fair enough, because that's true. I don't know how many hours more I have. So let's enjoy life the best way I can. But to tell someone that, well, you have just up to, and we have countless people, even doctors, giving a time frame to someone, and people still here after years and years and years. So we shouldn't do that. We also need to act responsibly. Another thing is, this is lack of charity. Mediumship is to be used as a vector for charity. If it's not happening, something is wrong. Something is really wrong, right? Is the person doing that for purpose? You never know. Is the person doing that for money? Maybe you know, and that's not important here. Is the person doing that because she felt like she needs to be on the spotlight? That why I'm saying that, because we are human beings. In a way or another, we have a tendency to appreciate being on the spotlight because we felt like we had some kind of power, we felt good, we felt important. And even though, if from the beginning I was really getting a message from good spirits or doing something positive, when I had like a break and I'm not getting messages, I'm not getting the intuitions anymore, I may even produce them because I have to person on the spotlight. We need to do the work. So I'll tell you only one thing about your brother-in-law or your brother. I don't know. You said the person I forgot already. We don't know it. God can change things like that. So who am I to say what is your deadline, right? So now we're going to Camila. How are you doing, Camila?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. No, the point that you were raising, I only would like it to share my thoughts as well on that, because in the gospel, it's very clear in many times, right? They say, without a courage has no salvation, right? So, and in other religions like Umbanda, I think it also convey on that the medium, everybody has some kind of a medium sensibility, but not everybody is medium, right? Not everybody came with its duty in the earth. And if you came, it's because you have a duty, something that you need to do to help the others. You agreed with God, with the universe, that you need to do that job. And in the Umbanda also they say that usually people that has this kind of sensibility, they did more things wrong in the past than the others, right? It's like a punishment, like something that you must do here. So it's not something for you one money. It's like a debit that you need to pay the god. I don't know, more or less how I interpret the the stuff. I don't know.
Mhm. Cool, cool. Eu Soli, how are you doing?
Oh,
Soli?
good morning, everybody. Yeah, yeah, you think, I don't know, I could never think that uh, must pay to something that come from spirit. It's not me. I don't understand that pay, must pay. No, it's not a good way. I remember, so Jesus said, give free, give free, in like you have this gift. So give free to another. Don't commerce with the sacred things or sancted things. So this is not a good way, because I think early or so I think it happens something to this that house or works with this or the medium, something may become happens, not good things. So better not take money or lie to have to take money. Do I lie? So spirit says oh, it is so horrible because this is obsession. No, I can't speak today. I don't know why. My English is not good, sorry. But I think so, not commerce with the sanct things.
Okay, thank you. Let me go a bit more. How many?
Just quickly, first to remind us of Moses, because Moses did a similar thing, People understand that he forbade mediumship, but in fact, what he did was try to discipline it because people, they were just, making a mess out of the faculty. And the other thing is that Kardec is not placing payment and mediumship as a dogma. What he's trying to explain is the dangers that we run when we start to charge for it. Be it in terms of our reputation, be it in terms of it's the spirits will come to take advantage of that. If we have a safe, well-paved road to follow, why would it take a detour through the forest where we are subject to wild animals, to dangerous places, so what he's saying is that the safe road is not charging any sort of material gain, whatever it is, be money, be prestige, be whatever, with your faculty, because the faculty has a clear purpose. So if you take that world, or if you take the detour, it's going to be dangerous. You'll be subject to, different sorts of attacks and danger. Why would we do that? That's basically what he's saying. It's not a dogma. No, don't go there. Why? Because you shouldn't go there. No, he's just saying if you go, there are all these dangers that you should take into consideration. And, you may not, come out at the end in a better condition than when you started it.
Indeed. Hi, Charles.
Okay, sorry, I didn't manage to put the audio back. And there is another, on top of what Munir said, another argument here. In the Gospel, according to Spiritism, we have a section called that your left hand must not know what your right hand is doing, about the disinterestedness of charity. And there it's clearly written, you got your reward already because you have been put on the spotlight for doing good. So what is rewarded mediumship? It's the same. You may earn some money. The money, okay, you got a reward here on earth. This reward will, of course, stop the day you go back we go back to the spiritual world, because we don't take money there. Money has no course there. And all the good we have done with mediumship, by accepting some reward, we somehow, we got our reward already. So it's not a good choice. It's not a good calculation, not a good option.
Indeed, I agree 100%. Hi, Cleo.
Hi. Just a quick question. There are some countries that is more popular that people can go and ask a question to a medium, and that is free. And I'm talking about family that really, really need that message to carry on. That sometimes they are in a lot of despair. Some country is quite rare to find a medium who doesn't charge. And my thought was, would be better to have more mediums who doesn't charge, so people don't, and you can trust, so people don't go to other mediums who do charge, and sometimes you can't trust. I don't know if I make myself clear. It's just a thought, that's all.
Leo, if you use some countries as a reference, yeah, that's a common practice of having even a cabinet where they will receive people, they will give message by money, or they will have a talk by money. What we know on the Spiritism is that serious spirits wouldn't work like that, right? Would be better to have more spiritist mediums? I would say yes. I would say yes. But in the event of not having them at all, having a medium that you may go there and not be sure about the outcome, what's the point? You know? Because that becomes a business. In US, for example, you see TV shows, you see series on Netflix or whatever. Do you think that's charity? That's money. That's money talking. And sometimes I was watching that to see, and the person is even proud of herself because she was able to buy a massive house, a massive car, things like that. And I don't give any incentive on that direction. Hi, Charles.
Yes, and there is another argument here. If a person really needs something, a sign from the spiritual world and so on, this will be given by the mentors. The mentors are not depending on some more or less trustworthy mediums to make the good. And the trend is even everyone is medium. So that's the way we have to go, the direction we have to go to. Go, ask, make a prayer before you go asleep, and a lot of things. A lot of times, the next day or one of the next days, you will get some answer, which will be much more trustworthy because it will come from your inside than something coming from a medium on which you have some legitimate reasons to be a little bit with doubts.
Charles, you remind me one thing. I don't know if I mentioned that here already or not. But back in Brazil, there were people in the spiritual center that they were advocating the need to open one activity to give message to other people, to open a particular time of the day to give message to people in need. I was not in favor because I see that as a very strong risk. But anyway, we always ask the benefactors what they think, what they say to us, if that is really something to do or not to do or whatever. And the feedback we had was, we don't need to do that. It was not planned to do that. And if you want to do that, only medium A and B can work on this activity. And that institution have at least 50 mediums altogether. And the benefactor pointed 2 mediums only. right? So why is that? Why between 50 mediums, 50 potential workers for the activity, only 2 were receiving the blessings from the benefactors to be part of it? Because that's very serious. People may get lost in the vanity, on the pride, and a few other things. On the end of the day, the 2 mediums that were appointed to do did not want to do, did not want to have that exposure, and that was it. The group, the person mainly that was advocating for that was not happy with the outcome, but that was it was, you know. So we have very few Chico Xavier that could sit on the table for hours and hours and give trustworthy messages to families. But that was one activity he did. He did many others to increase his morale, to increase his spiritual support. It's not like a medium that does everything wrong every day in the life, and 1 hour per week or per month will sit in a chair to, well, I'm here to give message to the families. That's never going to work. That's never going to work. You know, why many people wanted to be on that situation? Why? To be on a Facebook showing that you are doing this? To be on the TikTok showing that you're giving messages left and right? And what is the content of those messages? What are the consequences of those messages? Like Christine said earlier today, oh, we have up to the end of November only. That's kind of thing? Really? No, that's not. Hi, Camila.
No, I would say like you said, right? Another day. A medium is medium 24 hours, 7 days per day. And then I have a lot of flaws. I smoke. I don't have my thoughts, the best thoughts all time. So many parts of my day I listing a lot of disturbing, right? So if in my life for me came a lot of messages like that I cannot take serious, right? Something else happens in any day, don't do that because it's not good, and you know that in your reason that is something good to do, right? So you know that that message is not from someone serious, right? We have a lot of perturbations, let's say, right? How why why God would put someone like a spirit to speak with us, to give you dates, to give you bad messages, if God wants we know this thing, they would tell for us directly, right? You would be something open. So that is not helpful. Someone you die, someone you will be rich, or you need to do something, someone you do something bad for you, because it's part of your journey. Live without notice things, right? If we need to know, we would know inside of us, because he put the truth inside of us, right? That is the way that I think. And I think Guilherme make a lot of points, good points, right? We are so with so many faults that it's too hard to find someone that he dedicate all their life for charity, right? To always being a good frequency, like a good energy, to only receive good messages, like trust messages, right? We ordinary people is not like that. We care about job, money, work, so it's too much interference.
Indeed. Indeed. Hi, Liz.
I just wanted to remind us that a medium, like in your example, Guilherme, that these 2 that refused and they didn't want to go, but they were one of them that were able to do things. And we are very much watched And the more good you try to do, the more we are going to have people watching us, and they won't like what we are doing. So I don't think, like, you know, yes, the medium has to have that nice frequency within to be able to connect with higher spirits. But that's not the only thing. I think if the medium is able to keep the peace inside themselves, regardless what happens around, that is the great deal in here, I think, that we are forgetting, because at the first blow of interference, many mediums would fall. Many mediums would fall. It is a thought of, oh, do you know what? I can't, or do you know what? I have to get money for this. I have to have the spotlight. I just finished to watch a series about Chico Xavier. And one of the things that struck me is him saying to a friend how much he suffered with the unhappy spirits that wanted to try to stop him. So, you know, this is the strength that he had to be able to remaining at peace. We don't know what devout goes through. We don't know what other mediums that sacrifice things that we do daily just to keep that charity going, just to keep that work going. We don't know what they go through. You know, it's a lot. We only think about, oh, you can connect to the higher realms, but no, you need to be strong within to be able to resist. That for me is the greatest thing that we have to thank.
Yeah, very good points. Another thought that came to my mind when Liz was speaking was that many mediums, they want to give voice to nicer spirits. Many mediums wants to be seen as I'm helping with good messages. Sometimes they do not have the enough support morally and the surroundings. The surroundings, I mean good spirits around them, to be able to do that. Many even avoid helping suffering spirits. Many believe they should not help suffering spirits. And I truly believe that if you want to get up closer to good spirits, you have to start exactly helping suffering spirits. You have to start giving your time to help others. Sometimes we speak about charity, but charity is not just the action to give something. Charity is the action of love, is being available to the benefactors, to work with them, to help others. People lack understanding that we only get closer to elevated spirits, to the benefactors, when we become available, not half an hour a week. This is not available. This is we lying to ourselves. Look at the examples we have, the good examples we have. And I'm using Chico as one of them, but there are many. They were not available just half an hour. They were available anytime. I had the pleasure to be with a medium that if she was eating and somebody knocked on her door, she would stop eating to help How many of us would do that? How many of us would leave my weekend, my holidays, my whatever, to do charity? Oh, we think it's very nice, when we see people doing that. Doesn't need to be spiritist. We can use like from any other creed, if you like, but people really doing charity. Oh, it's so nice. I wish I could do that. We can do that. We can be available if we want. I've seen many things over the years. Well, the Spirit Center will be closed because now is vacation period. And they shut down everything for 3 months. Really? What if you were on the other side, about to be helped, but because people need to go on 3 months vacation, you will be there suffering for another 3 months? What if? Mediumship is a viability. How available you are. I've seen over and over people complaining, oh, well, I want this, I want that, blah, blah, blah. And I know their lives because they were close to us. We knew that wouldn't work. It's not because they did not know what to do. They all knew what was right to do. But we all are free to make choices. We all are free to make choices. Sometimes the results will come, not what we expect. And then we create another monster around us, the jealousy. We see that many times in the Spirit Center. Ooh, Medium Munir is always happy. Medium Munir has everything working fine for him. The Medium Munir is getting messages from the Spirit ABC, and I'm only getting messages from low-grade spirits type of thing. And there's no such a thing. I'm just doing as an example, right? Ooh, Medium Cherry, she's channeling good spirits now, She just came into the Spirit Center. She's there for 6 months and she's already doing that. And people do not know how hard she is working to be able to do that. People do not know how available she is to work with the benefactors. We need to be careful with our thoughts because it's not easy. We don't judge. Come on. We all judge everyone every time. We need to minimize the frequency of the judgment. And then eventually one day we'll stop. But right now, only few people on earth can say, I don't judge. And I'm not one of them. So, hi, Camila.
Now, I would say
Yeah,
basically. Go.
Thank you. Yeah, I think because I must follow your thank you, Guilherme, about when you said we give a place to the suffering spirits. So they have very they suffer, they have sorrow, a deep sorrow, and that's how it works. It just works. And maybe I think about what you just said, that maybe we can need a helping hand from them from another side. And maybe one of these spirit we give our thank you and use our help, and they we need, and on the other hand we need their help when they give a hand to us. Maybe they have a better situation than after, and they can help us because we never have sure, we're not sure what's happened to us in the world here, and that is to die. So we can go very, very bad situation when and they can help us. We have a hand for them. Who knows? Hmm?
Yep. Camila?
I would say when we speak, right, I think about all my flaws and all this stuff. Then I think the way, I don't know, for me it shows that everything is natural, right? It's like not has no magic. It's like how God did the system, right? Like the vibration. So I think if we came with this mediumship more strongly, right? And we have it is duty of charity, and it's too hard as a human being. You give up of everything to give love only the others, right? Because the duty is help, right? I think one day when you'll be able to vibrate so much love enough to connect with a benefactor, to give for you a better direction, to help you know how you can do better the things. Have it is blessing. Here you give. But until you be able to connect with these people, you need to develop your love, right? We need to learn how to love it because we don't know how to love you. We always expected something back, right? We love our husband or our wife, and you expected something back. That is not love. Real love, like God loves, that he doesn't expect nothing. Like that is pure love. Like so, it's an exercise, I think, right? One day you have less flaws, like to be able to, I don't know.
Sometimes when I say things, and things that sometimes can even hurt people, mediums, because they don't do, and I'm including myself on that role, should I not say that? Many years ago, I thought I shouldn't, not to hurt them. And then I had a thought, what about if they need a wake-up call, and that is a wake-up call? You know, because we as a human being, it's very easy to be on the easy side, not working hard. Well, I can allocate time to go to the pub to drink a beer, but I do not allocate time to go help someone. I do allocate time to be at home watching my Facebook for 3 hours, but I do not allocate time to read half an hour of a positive book. But we don't like to hear that. It's like when we were kids, when the mom came and slapped our hands, we did not enjoy that. And we're still infants in light of people that are really actively doing what we know is right. There's only one way to get better. And let's not wasting time. Because we are very keen to find excuses not to do. But the moment we are going through right now, I think it's better that we do what we must do. Otherwise, we may complain later, right? So if we go through studies, if we go through practices, if we see what is good, if we know what we need to do, and if we don't do, it's all cool. But do not cry later. Because we are harvesting what we planted, right? I don't even know why I'm talking about that, but I don't think that was anything to do with Camila's words. It just came. So we need to be positive in what we want to be. Do we want to be don't know as someone that did sometimes not even the bare minimum? Or do you want to be known as someone that was doing really their best? Because most of us, including me, we are not doing what we can do. I could do more. I know that. So why am I waiting to do what I know I could do? I think someone said here, I think it was Liz, what people are leaving behind to do positive things. What extra mile they are going through that we don't use as an example. Some food for thought. Hi, Christine.
Oh, sorry about before. My internet failed and I had to come back. So sorry about that. The thing I wanted to say was that what comes to my mind is when we talk about helping spirit, is it's not just the disincarnate, but it's the incarnate. For me, from my brother-in-law, he's still incarnate, but his spirit spoke to me, and that's why I had the situations that occurred around me, and I knew that I had to devote some time to him to help him with what is to happen and to make him be more at peace. So I really want to emphasize the point that for me, I think when we talk about helping spirit, it's not just about disincarnate. It can be about incarnate. Because as we know, we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. We have to take each day as it comes. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
No, very good point. Very good point. A common misunderstanding from mediums is that they need to work the charity bit only for the mediumship meeting. But that's not true. Very good point you brought, Christine. Mediums, they are really in balance, are mediums that are sweating, put their hands on, and helping incarnated spirits. If we use good examples like Chico, like Divaldo, like others, for some people here, they may only see the lectures they do. This is a small part of what they do. They are hands-on. Oh, I don't have a possibility to help anyone. Really? Really? Okay. If you say so, I will not entertain that direction. But if we want, we can always find a way to be hands-on practicing charity. Hi, Liz.
And on that note, Guilherme, charity goes from you in your job that you earn your bread, doing that job the best that you can, being patient with your colleague, doing that job with quality, with understanding. That is charity. You go and you talk to someone, really listening, really trying to connect to that person, being tolerant. That's charity. Dealing with your family, and I say again, dealing with your family with compassion, with understanding, with patience. That is one of the hardest acts of charity that is out there. You don't need to have a penny to do charity. And as many spirits already have said, to do what is good you can find again and again, every day, 1,001 ways to do what is good. So, again, there is no way and that you can think, I can't do charity, I have no opportunity. The very fact that we are here and, incarnated and having contact with other human beings, that is already an opportunity to do charity.
Yeah, it is. It is. Just one thing I would like to mention after Leigh's comments. We can learn what to do, and that's the theory, but we need the practice, right? We don't need to study 10 years before we practice charity. I've seen many people over the years. I'm not ready yet. And they disconnected not being ready. So don't lose an opportunity. All right? So what time is it? Oh, almost there. 4 minutes. So I'll stop here then. Let me stop share.
Guilherme,
Yeah.
Raphael won't be able to join us for the final prayer, the radiation at the end.
Do you have anyone from the prayer group here with us?
I'm here. I can do it.
Lovely. All right, guys. So thank you very much for your presence here. Lolita, is all yours.
Thank you. Dear Father, with our hearts full of gratitude, we come to you today. And we thank you for the countless blessings you give us every day. Your love sustains us, and your guidance lights our path. We are deeply, deeply grateful to you for the gift of life, for the beauty of creation, and for the relationships that nurture and uplift us. Dear Lord, help us to reflect your love in all we do and with all the people we encounter too. And dear Lord, we think of all the people who are suffering, those who are suffering in the regions of war and conflict, the regions there are violence. So involve all of those who are suffering and who are in despair. And we ask you for your mercy to those who hold the decisions in those situations. Wrap your arms, dear Lord, around them, enduring loss. Those who feel uncertain about their future. To all of those who are suffering the aftermath of disasters. May they surpass the difficulties that they are going through. And may they find a helping hand, a solace, a nice friend, someone around them with a heart full of love and solidarity. And may we also pray today for all of those who are suffering from mental health. We ask you, dear Lord, that your healing touch goes to them, that their minds be restored, and place compassionate people in their path, people that will listen to them, people that will encourage them, and remembering all of those again who are suffering the aftermath of disasters, like the people in the southeast of Brazil, people in Florida, people in the UK even recently. Dear Lord, provide them with the resources they need so that they don't feel alone, so that they feel hope, and the hope to restore their lives, knowing that everything passes and this shall pass too. Teach us, dear Father, to live with great affection and care for one another. Open our hearts to be more compassionate, our hands to be more giving, and our words to be more loving and uplifting. May we see your face in every person we encounter, and may our actions reflect your boundless love. Guide us, dear Lord, in using the unique gifts you have entrusted us, especially the gift of mediumship. Help us to give this gift wisely and humbly. Are we seeking to comfort, to heal, and bring light to others? Let every act of service be an expression of your love and your grace, and so be it.
So be it. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Lolita.
Thank you
And
all.
now let's get prepared for our mediumship practice and see you those who will join the other room shortly.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.